Hi everybody, this is Panaki Kathiari, and in this post we're going to talk about adding Resource Hero to the Opportunity object. So here we are in the Opportunities tab, and I'm just going to click on one opportunity here, and I've just basically cleaned out this opportunity layout. It's just very basic, but let's go ahead and add a few Resource Hero elements to this. So we could get to the uh, uh, edit area for the opportunity tab from the edit layouts link. Another way you could get here is also under the app setup, customize opportunities and page layouts. Right. So where we're in this opportunity layout editor here. So the first thing we're going to do is we'll add the matrices to this, and we do this from this area at the top. You have to kind of scroll down in this left area and click on Visual Force Pages. So the first thing we'll do is we'll add a section, uh, and we'll add the forecast matrix. So let's call it Resource Hero Forecast Matrix, and we're going to make sure it's one column and click OK. And here in this Visual Force Pages area, you'll see there's four areas here. So there's Opportunity Actuals, there's Opportunity Actuals Force Read, there's Opportunity Forecast, and Opportunity Forecast Force Read. So the force read versions of these are basically locked versions. That means you'll be able to see the information just as you would normally, but you won't be able to edit them. They'll be locked. So we're going to do the forecast matrix here, and we'll add that in here. And what we recommend is also, if you click on this properties thing here, you can set the height to 350. That seems to be a nice number for a good average number of resources. All right. The next thing we'll do, we'll add the actuals matrix here, and again, you could choose in your organization whether to have these or not. Basically, very customizable in that way. So let's add another section. Let's call this Resource Hero Actuals Matrix. Again, we'll do it one column. We'll click OK. And this time we'll put the force read matrix in here. And we'll also again set the height of this area to 350. And we'll click OK. And one last thing I'd like to add before kind of showing how this works is the related lists. So, you know, each of these matrix, as you add resources and time to them, it's basically creating other objects and records. So this is the resource assignments related list, and it might be a good idea to add it in there. Again, you could decide whether you'd like to or not depending on your layout. But let's see how this works. I'm going to hit save, and it's going to say overwrite users list customizations, and I'll say yes. And here we are at the matrices. So you know what? Let me I'll do this. So I'll hit save. And so here we are at the matrices, or at the opportunity page again. And see, we have the forecast matrix, the actuals matrix, and our resource assignments related lists. So let's just make sure it works. Let's add a resource. We'll add a new assignment. We'll add, we've added one resource here, Olivia White. We'll give her a rate of 125 and a role of designer. And we'll hit save. All right. And here we see that Olivia shows up in the resource list here as a designer, and we could set 4 hours per week, and hit save forecast, and that's done. And we'll see that here. Here we have the actuals matrix. Just we made sure that it's read only, so it has this little lock symbol next to everybody. But as I type, nothing is happening. And as I scroll down, I see that Olivia has been assigned here, and there's been a new resource assignment record that's been set up for her. So that's how you add the matrices. So let's go and do a little bit more customization to this page. I'm going to go back to Edit Layout, and so the first thing I'll show you is this resource assignments related list. You can actually really customize this as well by clicking on this wrench, and I can show what's the information that I'd like to show here. So I don't need to show the related record because I already know what record we're on, and I'd also move this ARN number all the way to the bottom, and I can hit OK. Right, and so the next thing I'll show you is, and you see what that does is it basically reorders the information on the resource assignments to make it a little bit more useful. So the next thing, we'll add a few fields that come with Resource Hero. So let's go add a section. First thing I'll show you is the calculation field. So let's call it Resource Hero Calculations. And we'll keep this as 2 columns. We'll hit OK. And so you'll see there's a bunch of fields in here in our fields area. And we can basically just drag these over. So blended rate is there. You know, we're gonna get roll up. Let's see, roll up forecast hours. Let's put that in there. Roll up actual hours right here. We'll put that there. Remaining forecast hours. Let's pop that in there. And then let's go look at the amount side. So here's a roll up forecast amount. Also adding the roll up actual amount. And we'll get the remaining forecast amount. And some of the things I like to do is just add a few little spaces to make sure that everything kind of lines up nicely here. So add a space there, a space there, now a space there. So let me hit save really quickly so you can see what this looks like. So we have our blended rate. Forecast hours is the total forecasted hours. Actual hours will be total actual hours. And then here's the difference. Multiply that across. We'll have the forecast amount, the actual amount, and the remaining, the difference about it. All right. So final thing we'll add here. Let's go to custom. Oops, sorry. Final thing we'll add here, if we go to the edit layout, is our Resource Hero allocation status fields. So let's add another section to our layout here. Yeah, this one I'll add it to the bottom. Right. And let's do 1 column, and we'll call it Resource Hero Assignment Status. 1. So these are basically a few of them. So let's do archive resource assignments, exclude from utilization coloring, exclude on resources tab, and make read only. Then I'll hit save. Right, cool. So now these guys have added to the bottom. Now basically this will archive this. Clicking on these are all checkboxes. Checking this one will check all 3 of these at once. And exclude from utilization coloring will make sure that any of these hours inputted here will not affect the utilization coloring on any other forecast. Exclude on resources tab will make sure that this record of Burlington Textiles will not appear on Olivia's resource page, so she won't be able to track time to it. And make read only will lock all of the matrices on this page so no one can change it from here on in. But yeah, this is the basics of setting up Resource Hero on the opportunity page. There's some charts and stuff like that that we could add as well. We're going to get into that in another video. but this will get you going for at this very moment. And again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us. Visit resourceheroapp.com/support for more information. And good luck. Hope to hear from you. Thank you.